Hi guys, good morning to the Saturday weekly catch-up. It's February the 23rd. I'm just going to take a quick look back at the last week and all that happened. I've actually moved next door today into the driving school office. One, it's good for a change of scenery, but secondly, and the main reason, we're approaching carp fishing season and my desk is completely covered with my fishing gear that I'm currently in the process of sorting out. So that's probably the main reason that I've moved next door. So running and trying to scale a driving school will always have its ups and downs. No weeks are going to be plain sailing, and there will definitely be highs and there will definitely be lows. This last week has definitely been a high for us, and we've made monumental steps to make sure that we're going to achieve our targets that we set for 2019. And one of the main reasons, as I referred to last week, we have delivery times booked and confirmed for our new driving school vehicles. My current auto instructor, Phil, is being promoted to instructor trainer, and that means that we can open up the whole of Exeter and all the potential that goes with that. So that's all going to commence from around the middle of March. Interestingly, we turned on our predictable selling system for recruiting PDIs. Remember, we've had it turned off since the 22nd of January because we've been completely maxed out. I turned it on 2 days ago to target Exeter. This is the first time that we've ever targeted Exeter for instructor training. And we had 10 book requests inside of 24 hours, which is a really good start. We now need to wait and see how many of them we can convert and actually get them into our training system. Even though we have 12 PDIs in our system right now that we expect to flow through into the driving school during 2019, of course, if we want to double again next year, then we really do need to hit our target of like 20 extra PDIs, because bearing in mind we're working sort of 8 months with a time lag here. So, we get them into the training system this year and then they will come through into the driving school next year. So you always have to bear that in mind, that, what we're doing now is sort of for 8 months down the line, if you like. The other thing that we've been looking at this week is the retargeting. We've been playing around that now for a couple of weeks. Of course, it takes time to build up an audience if you've ever tried retargeting, because of course by retargeting I'm referring to all those prospects that have been to our driving school website, and in particular a particular landing page. So let's say we use Weston-super-Mare in this case. So we've got to wait for that audience to build up. We currently have about 400 in that audience. You need 100 minimum before Google will start running those ads on the GDN. So we have about 400 people that have been to our Western area page and then obviously left, and now we're going after them with retargeting them with images, and we're using about 13 different sizes of images that are displayed across the Google Display Network. And a really cool thing with this is that, bearing in mind they've already been to our website and they can see what we have to offer, but then of course what they're going to do is go off and look at the competition, as most people do, and check out. Now they may actually forget about us and we have to remind them. And by using the GDN we can do that very effectively. And just to give you some idea, in the last couple of weeks our ads have been shown just less than 3,000 times. So just imagine this scenario, that someone's been to our website, they've then left, but we're able then to keep showing our ads time and time again. Wherever they go on the web, they're going to show up. And that's 3,000 times we've been able to show our images to past visitors. And there is absolutely no cost whatsoever to do this until they click and return to our website. Now, we've had 5 return. Now, that may not seem an awful lot, but you see, you have to look at this, but there's far more to this than you first think. This is not just the fact that we've managed to get 5 potential customers back to our website. And of course, when they go back a second time, likelihood of conversion soars because they've already been there once and they wouldn't go back a second time unless they were at least a little bit interested. But the other thing to understand with the GDN is those 3,000 times my images have been shown, that's a massive warming up process as well. And they don't necessarily have to go back to the website. It's just keeping the brand in their mind. And I'm able to do that for free. Now, this will pick up momentum as we go forward. We're in very early days. And of course, we're going to be running it in our other main premium areas as well. So I'll give you some more details on that as we go forward. You know, we've been talking a little bit in the past about Facebook Messenger training. Had another session of that yesterday morning. Fantastic. And again, I'm just excited about the possibility that this is going to give us. Now, next Thursday is the next training session, and that's when we then start to implement and put all this into place. This is all going to be around the comments and how we can automate that. And that's going to be a really, really big deal. So up until now, it's been sucking up the information and doing the groundwork. But next week is when we'll be able to start to put that into practice. The other thing, I can't remember if I've mentioned it or not, but we're having some good success now with workplace Facebook groups. Now we've started two. We started one for our franchisee stroke employees on the 1st of January. And I didn't know if they would all buy into it, but all of them did. And within 4 days, I think it was, they all signed up. Now, they weren't all engaging with it, and you know, about half of them were going in there on a regular basis. So I did have a little bit of a, not a moan at them, but put them in the picture that it would be extremely beneficial for them. Because, of course, instructors are remote workers. We don't see them on a day-to-day basis. So the Facebook workplace group is fantastic. And since the meeting, and I suggested they all sign up for notifications. And now each time now we make a post, the entire team are now getting exposure, and they're able to see that post, which means we can post all sorts of information for them and make them feel, you know, really part of a close-knit team. So I think this is massive potential. Now, on the back of that success, Lee is obviously my training manager now. And he's introduced a similar one. So that's a Facebook group for all of our trainees. We're keeping them separate from our fully qualified guys. And again, he's in there with training tips. And again, what we found out is that some of them are meeting up now and they're getting a bit more social. You know, they're having social with each other. This is fantastic. And, you know, this is in its early days. We only started it last week. But it's got huge potential again. So if you're starting to grow a driving school, that might be something that you could be interested in. And of course, the fully qualified group is great for retention because we're making them feel really a close-knit team. That's the whole point of this. Okay, and then finally on to ADI success. You know, I've been writing this book now, and it is called Make the Transition. Now, some of you may well have been watching the transition event. That's the 7-part video series that goes into some depth about how to make the transition from sole trader to franchisor, driving school owner. And I've been writing a book to complement that and as a companion. And I've been writing that now since December, so about 3 months. And yesterday, I finally finished that writing. This morning I've been in quite early looking at the editing. That will continue tomorrow morning for an hour or so. And then we fully expect to have that sent for proofreading next week. And once that's been signed off, then we'll be sending it to the publishers. So we're on target. Our goal was to have this book launched in very early March. And we expect that to happen now. So again, if you're interested in making that transition, I think this book will be just the best thing ever for you because it goes so much deeper than what we can do on the videos. And as I say, it will cover everything that you need there to put this into place. Okay, guys, that's about it for the catch-up. If I believe what the weather forecasts are telling us, then we're expecting something in the region of 16 to 17 degrees here in the West Country today. And it will be out and valet the car, cut the grass and all the usual springtime activities which is quite remarkable considering we're still in the middle of February. But we'll see how that pans out during the day. Anyway, I'll have a fantastic weekend as always, and I'll come back again tomorrow and give you the plans for the forthcoming week. Bye for now.